About a year ago, a woman in Florida went to her lawyer and to find out about getting a divorce. So the lawyer started to question her. The lawyer said, well, do you have any grounds? She said, of course, my family is rich. We have lands in Miami, we have lands in Fort Lauderdale. The lawyer said, no, hold on. Do you have a garage? She said, no, we don't have a garage, but we have a neat little patio at the side of the house. It's very beautiful. The lawyer said, you know what, let's take this personal. Does your husband ever beat you up? She said, no, I wake up sometime 2, 3 hours before he does. Lawyer said, okay, let's find out if it's your fault. Do you wake up grumpy? She said, no, I just let him sleep most times because I can't bother with the foolishness when he's up. So on the brink of rage, the lawyer said, miss, why do you want to divorce your husband? She looked the lawyer straight in the eyes and said, well, the guy just can't communicate. Now, guys, that's what we are going to talk about today. Communication, specifically communication among team members and getting along as team members. You see, with the story we just heard, we don't know if the woman's husband is a great communicator or not. But from hearing her, we know that she needs to brush up on her communication skills. And so sometimes that's how we as team members sometimes needs to see what's wrong with the other person, but needs to fix something about us as well. Okay, guys, my short time in network marketing has taught me that if we are not seeing the results, it's a reflection on us, not on anyone else, but on us. And when in life things happen with our circumstances and with us and between us and other people, it's a result of us. It is on us. Now, Team Ketchup became the fastest growing team in the company because of our love and respect for each other. That's what got us there. So if we are a team, we have to learn to get along with each and everyone. Why? Because talent and training, guys, will help you to sign people, but teamwork will help you to hit rank. In other words, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go faster and go further, then go with a team. Now, the greatest book ever written, my favorite book, of course, the Bible, it teaches us about teamwork. It gives us assurance that if we are united, then we have to win. Not that we might win or we could win, but that we have to win. Ecclesiastic chapter 4, verses 9 to 12, and I quote, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up. Again, if two lie together, they keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though a man might prevail against one who is alone, two will withstand him. A threefold cord is not quickly broken. Guys, a team can be compared to a body which has many members which are different, but are, are one with one common purpose. The Bible also reminds us that if we as a team are not in unity, then we can't achieve our common purpose because everyone is important and has a special place and purpose on a team. Again, I quote from the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 12 from verse 14 to 26. Even so, the body is not made up of one part, but many. Now, if the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being a part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them, just as He wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body. The eye cannot say to the hand, I don't need you. And the head cannot say to the feet, I don't need you. On the contrary, those parts of the body that seem to be weaker and indispensable, and the parts that we think are less honorable, we treat with special honor. And the parts that are unpresentable are treated with special modesty, while our presentable parts needs no special treatment. But God has put the body together, giving greater honor to the parts that lacked it, so that there should be no division in the body, but that its parts should have equal concern for each other. If one part suffers, every part suffer with it. And if one part is honored, every part rejoiceth with it. Guys, not because someone is not a qualified rep as yet does not mean that they are not a true member or important to the team. Or because someone may be stuck at 3-star rep, senior rep, does not mean that they don't have a significant purpose in the team. Or because someone is an MD, does not mean that they are more important or they command more respect. They certainly command more money. But guys, you see, when Ketchup lose, we all lose. When Team Ketchup wins, we all win. Whatever happens in the team is a reflection on all of us. And whatever affects the team affects us all. Now, that does not mean that there won't be issues in a team. Come on. God and his angels had issues. Jesus and his disciples had issues. Married couples that love each other, world without end, they have issues. We are not exempt. You see, we are different people from different backgrounds who learn different things, different ways, and have different opinions. But guys, strength lies in differences, not in similarities. For those of you old enough to remember, there was in the 80s, I think, there was a TV show named Different Strokes, in which a white man took in two black boys. And the first time I heard the track for that sitcom, I loved it. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. If a man is born, he is a man of means. Then along come two. They got nothing but a dream. It takes different strokes. Anyway, everybody's got their different type of story. Everyone must find a way to shine. But no matter what you got, it ain't a lot. So what? He's got his, you's got yours, and I've got mine. And together we'll be fine. You see, guys, what you are used to, I might not be used to. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with me or with you. It just means that we learn different things in different environments. Nothing is wrong with that. If all of us wanted the same things, ate the same things, wanted to wear the same things, can you imagine how dull of a world that would be? If all of us were supporting the same football team, suppose all of us were to support Chelsea. Oh, I'm sorry, dude, I'm just kidding. Guys, let us be aware of each other, right? Because we don't know what someone has been through or is going through. We don't know the background we are coming from. I remember when I was in school, they called this fellow loud because he always seemed to be shouting. When you talk to him, the words that were always loud. And no one wanted to work with him or so forth. So one day we got an assignment and I decided to do some work with him. And I went to spend a weekend at his house. Guys, when I came back home, I was shouting at my mom, Mommy, I'm home. And my mom said, why are you shouting, guys? This fellow lives beside a man who had a sound system, and he played that sound system every day and every night. So in order for he and his family to communicate, they had to talk a little louder, and it became so normal that they started shouting at each other and didn't even realize. So when he came to school and he's stepping and said, "Morning, everyone," to him it was normal, it was okay. To us, he was shouting, right? So someone can say something which to me seems strange or disrespectful, but to them it's normal. Many years ago, I used to have an American girlfriend. She had never been to Jamaica. She was afraid of what she heard and she might get killed and robbed and so forth. Well, anyway, I coerced her into coming. And I remember one day we were walking downtown, and this is Jamaicans. This is how we do. If someone foot is in the way or someone in the way, you say, "Watch it." You don't say excuse me, or sometimes you say sorry. So someone was there and I said, "Watch it," and the person moved his foot. And she was like, oh my God, sir, he means excuse me. Oh my God, are you gonna get us killed? And I laughed because further down the road, I met someone who did something for me. And in Jamaica, sometimes when someone does something for you, you don't really say thanks, you say bless or respect. And when I said bless, she was like, "Oh my God, sir, it meant thank you, means thank you. What is wrong with you?" It's just that we are from different backgrounds, we learn things different ways. Nothing is wrong with that, you know? So sometimes it's hard to accept someone oddly or seemingly rude behavior. But guys, let's give grace and get it back. Some people might never change, might never know how to. Some people might never practice empathy. And let's look at that. How do you get along with a team member who seems to be so rude and obnoxious? A team member who seems to talk down to you and other people. A team member who seems to always make everything about them. A team member who seems to never want to help, who seems to always be waiting to find something wrong with what you say or do. A team member who can never find anything good to say when it comes to you or other people. How do you get along with such people? Guys, I'm going to tell you the secret. But before I do that, let me tell you about a woman named Jean Roberts. Jean met this man, they fell in love, world without end, and they got married, and he went to live. She went to live with her husband at his mother's house. She and her mother-in-law could not get along. They had different opinions, they argued, they cursed. At one time, they almost came to blows. So, unable to take it anymore, Jean decided that she wanted her dead. So Jean went to a Obia man, and for guys who are not familiar with that, a Obia man is like a witch doctor. So she went to a witch doctor and she said, I can't take my mother-in-law anymore. I want her dead. Give me something that I could poison her. The witch doctor looked at her and said, "Are you sure this is what you want?" She said, "Yes, I am really tired and she's going to get me in problems with my husband and stuff. So just let's do that." The fellow said, "Okay." He went in a room, came back with a little glass, a little tube, and shook it up and said, "Okay, when you cook some soup for her and throw it in it, and after she eats it, in 2 weeks' time, she will die. But there's just one catch. For that 2 weeks before she dies, you have to be the nicest person to her. If you do not do that, she will not die." Jean said, "Okay." Went home, cooked the soup, gave her, she drank it. For that 2 weeks, Jean was nice to her. And within that 2 weeks, they became very good friends. They became bosom buddies. They went out together. They did everything together. They developed a strong bond. So a day before the woman should have died, Jean started thinking about it and felt so bad and said, "Boy, if I really lost her, I don't know what I do. She is my guide, she's my friend. I don't want her to die." So she went back to the witch doctor and she said, "Sir, I know that I asked that, but is there anything you can do to stop her from dying? She is such a wonderful woman. She's just a kind-hearted person. Boy, I don't know. I couldn't live with myself if she died." The man looked at her and said, "All I gave you was some water in the tube, nothing else." So let me ask you a question. Who changed? Was it the mother-in-law, or was it the person who was having a problem with the mother-in-law? Guys, it's not what happens to you. It's how you respond to what happens to you. James Allen, in his lovely book, As a Man Thinketh, says that a lot of people believe that they are a victim of their circumstances, not realizing that they, through their thinking and action, create their circumstances. So if they realize this, all they would need to do is just change the way they think, then their action will change. And then their circumstances will change. How do you get along with someone who at times seems impossible to get along with? You change the way you think and look at the person. Les Brown said that if you look at a man the way he is, he will become worse. But if you look at him the way he could be, he will definitely become better. Guys, it is our thinking on the bad attributes of a teammate or a person that knowingly or unknowingly lets us feel bad or give off bad attitude to that person. I remember when I just started at the Gleaner and I was going to work for this woman named Claire Clark. She's the general manager at TVJ now. And my first day on the job, I met a fellow who were good friends. We work at another company. And he said, "Where are you going to work? What decks?" And I told him, and he said, "Claire Clark." Lord God, me sorry for you. She is such an evil woman. She'll disrespect you. She'll cuss you. She'll let you. And he filled my head with so many things about Claire Clark that I made a decision that, you know what? I just want she look at me bad. I just want her to even look at me bad, and then she's done. I'm just going to give it to her. And guys, for the first year I was at that place, I was expecting Claire to do something bad for me to give it to her. And it never came. And I didn't realize. Claire called me in her office one day and said, "David, did you know me before? Have you ever seen me before? Do you know me from somewhere?" I said, "No." She says, "Why do you act to me as if I did you something?" I said, "What do you mean?" And when she started naming out examples, I caught myself. And I said, "My God." Because of what was put in my head, guys, I started thinking a certain way, and I didn't know. When she told me some of the things I said and how I acted towards her, I was embarrassed. You see, guys, even if you don't give off bad attributes, you see, the bad and negative way of thinking towards a person does more than you think. We all saw the training that Wager did with the experimental rice. The man did nothing to the rice. He just put it in a jar and had bad thoughts about that rice. Guys, try that with your bread. Try that with your car. Try that with your computer, even a dog. And you will realize that we are powerful beings and our thoughts and words create and destroy. Guys, a team is a family. And if you can't get along with your family, then are those closest to you, then it's going to be hard to get along with other people. It's true. Yes, we have a better chance of success when we have a great relationship with one another. And not just in Team Ketchup. If you find yourself having a strained relationship with anyone, it doesn't hurt to call up that person and say, "Look, I don't remember what the problem was. I don't even remember if it was your fault or mine, but guess what? Let's get together and solve the problem." That would not, what it would do for the other person is nothing compared to what it will do for you. You know? So, guys, teamwork can't work with negativity, and it cannot work and it cannot work without positivity. Either we win as a team or we lose as individual. A team is only as strong as its weakest member. Teamwork cannot make the dream work, or is not dream work if the team is divided. Why? Because it is individual commitment to a group effort that makes a team work. None of us is as smarter than all of us. So try and never succumb, guys, to the seeming bitterness that you are getting. Putting your team first is a commitment. People who work together will win because teamwork is the fuel that allows ordinary people like me and you to attain extraordinary results. Alone we you know, going back to the Bible, at the when they were building the Tower of Babel, I have it here. Genesis 11 and verse 6. And God came down to see the tower. What did God say? I quote, the people are united and they all speak the same language. After this, nothing they set out to do will be impossible for them. If on one accord, guys, if we are on one accord, guys, then Team Ketchup can be a company within a company. Okay. In closing, I'd like to leave you with the words of the American author Helen Keller. Helen Keller said that alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Guys, coming together is a beginning. Staying together is a process, but working together is a success. So let's do it for Team Ketchup. Let's make a company within a company. Okay? Let us all unmute and do our Team Ketchup, what do you call it? Anthem. Next level.
Ketchup.
Next level.
Ketchup.
Next level.
Ketchup.
Next level.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Guys,
Respect
guys,
is
I love you all. I love you all. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Office.
Thank you, David.